Hello everyone, I am Mr. FACTIE, and today we're gonna talk about biggest historical mysteries that will probably never be solved. There are some historical mysteries that may never be solved, from the date that Jesus was born, to the identity of Jack the Ripper, to the location of Cleopatra's tomb. Sometimes, that's because the relevant excavated material has been lost, or an archaeological site has been destroyed. Other times, it's because new evidence is unlikely to come forward, or the surviving evidence is too vague to lead scholars to a consensus. The lack of answers only makes these enigmas more intriguing. Here's some of these historical questions that may never have definitive explanations. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Was there a real King Arthur? The story of King Arthur has been told and retold numerous times over more than 1,000 years. Camelot, the Knights of the Round Table, the wizard Merlin and the sword Excalibur are all famous parts of the Arthurian tales. There are a number of sites in Britain that legends link to King Arthur, such as Tintagel, a coastal site that was supposedly King Arthur's home, but excavations have not confirmed whether Arthur ever lived there or even existed. Ultimately, it seems unlikely that scholars will ever know for sure whether there was a real King Arthur, or whether the man was purely fictional. Who was Jack the Ripper? In 1888, Jack the Ripper killed at least 5 women in London, mutilating their bodies. A number of letters, supposedly from the Ripper, were sent to police taunting officers' efforts to find the Ripper. Whether any of them were actually written by the Ripper is a matter of debate among scholars. The name Jack the Ripper comes from these letters. Needless to say, the Ripper was never found, and over the years, dozens of people have been brought up as possible candidates. In his 2012 book Jack the Ripper, The Hand of a Woman, John Morris suggests that a woman named Lizzie Williams was the Ripper, although other Ripper experts cast doubt on it. It appears unlikely that the true identity of the Ripper will ever be known for sure. Where is Jimmy Hoffa, the Teamster Union leader, known for his involvement in organized crime, disappeared in Oakland County, Michigan, on July 30, 1975, and is presumed to be dead. The identity of his killers, and the location of his body, are ongoing mysteries. Police and forensic anthropologists have searched a number of sites in Detroit and Oakland County to no avail. One popular theory was that Hoffa's body was buried beneath Giant Stadium in New Jersey. However, this theory has been debunked. On October 25 and 26, 2021, FBI agents visited a former landfill in New Jersey to conduct a site survey. According to the New York Times, the survey is a follow-up to a deathbed confession by a landfill worker, claiming that people had charged he and his father with burying Hoffa's body in a steel barrel under the dump in 1975. The agents apparently didn't find the steel barrel. Live Science reported. The identity of his killer is also unclear. Before his death in 2006, Richard the Iceman Kuklinski, a hitman, claimed to have killed Hoffa and dumped his body in a scrap yard. An author named Philip Carlo visited Kuklinski in prison before he died and wrote a book on Kuklinski's confessions. After the book came out, a number of police officers cast doubt on the confession in media interviews. As the years go by, it appears increasingly unlikely that Hoffa's remains will ever be found. Where is Cleopatra's tomb? Ancient writers claim that Cleopatra VII and her lover, Mark Antony, were buried together in a tomb. After their deaths in 30 BC, the writer Plutarch, AD 45 to 120, wrote that the tomb was located near a temple of Isis, an Egyptian goddess, and was a lofty and beautiful monument containing treasures made of gold, silver, emeralds, pearls, ebony and ivory. The location of the tomb remains a mystery. In 2010, Zahi Hawass, Egypt's former antiquities minister, conducted excavations at a site near Alexandria now called Top Osiris Magna, which contains a number of tombs dating to the era when Cleopatra VII ruled Egypt. While many interesting archaeological discoveries were made, Cleopatra VII's tomb was not among them, Hawass reported in a series of news releases. Archaeologists have noted that even if Cleopatra's tomb does survive to this day, it may be heavily plundered and unidentifiable. Where is the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail, the cup that Jesus drank from at his Last Supper with his disciples before his crucifixion, has never been found, and almost certainly never will be. In fact, it wasn't until the Middle Ages that there was much interest in it. After those writing some of the King Arthur stories described the search for the Holy Grail as a quest that King Arthur and his knights took on. There are no serious scholarly attempts to find the Holy Grail, although it continues to be popular in fiction. being used as a plot device in films like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where it was used to heal Indiana Jones after he was shot by the Nazis. Is there a money pit on Oak Island? For more than 2 centuries, stories have circulated that Oak Island, located off Nova Scotia, Canada, held a money pit of buried treasure, supposedly left by the pirate Captain William Kidd, 1645 to 1701. Over that time, numerous expeditions costing millions of dollars, people have traveled to the island searching for the lost treasure, to no avail. Despite centuries of searching, no treasure has been found on Oak Island. Nevertheless, that doesn't stop people from trying to find it. But no one find it until today. This is some biggest historical mysteries that will probably never be solved. What is your thoughts on that? Comment below and subscribe our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.